Now, a high-level meeting is taking place today in efforts to end the impasse between workers and management at Sibanye Stillwater. The strike there is in its third month. Workers affiliated to NUM and AMCU have downed tools and are demanding a 1,000 rand increase. Heidi Giokos is following the story and joins us now. Heidi, good morning. We understand that the minister has in fact arrived. Have union leaders also arrived at this point for that all-important meeting?
Yes, so what we do know is this meeting was scheduled to start at 10 o'clock. There seems to be some kind of delay, and that might be because union leaders still need to arrive. We do know that Mineral Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe has indeed arrived. He was quite early here this morning. This is a very crucial meeting because it's going to be with government, with union leaders, which is NUM and AMCU, as well as Sibanye Stillwater management. This is, of course, a meeting that has been called by union leaders, and the request from union leaders to have government intervention as they are not coming to any agreement with Sibanye Stillwater management. We do know that the demand is a 1,000 rand salary increase. Sibanye is only offering 850 rand. Union leaders have also received the mandate from workers to say that they want a 6% salary increase per year and not the inflation rates that Sibanye is offering. They also want certain working conditions to be addressed that mine workers are subjected to underground. So this is going to be a crucial meeting. Many would say that this would either be a make or break meeting between Sibanye and union leaders with the intervention of the Mineral Resources Minister, because it seems as though almost 3 months into the strike there has been no kind of conclusion or agreement between the employer and employees. So we hope to see some kind of resolution from this meeting with the minister's intervention. Of course, the media is not allowed access into that meeting. But we have been informed, Mfundo, and I think it's important to highlight that it seems as though there haven't been many meetings between union leaders and Sibanye Stillwater. It seems as though they have been communicating with each other via letter, or branch leaders have been engaging with management from Sibanye, not on a high level that has been needed to try and come up with a solution to the strike. It's almost 3 months into the strike. Over 24,000 workers have been on strike and have not received pay, because there is no work, no pay policy with this particular strike. So it's going to be crucial to have the intervention of government and to see whether or not there can be a constructive discussion between union leaders and Sibanye Stillwater.
Now, Heidi, in your interaction with the union leaders, have they indicated if perhaps the workers are now struggling insofar as sustaining themselves, because it's been a no work, no pay, as you say, or they're still determined, irrespective of the fact that there's nothing to take back home?
They're definitely struggling, Mfundo, but they are very determined and resilient in their strike. They have made it very clear to their union leaders that they will not back down. Yesterday we spoke to a few workers, and they did indicate to us, they even went as far, Mfundo, as showing us their pay slip and saying that this narrative that's been pushed out to say that the lowest paid worker at Sibanye Stillwater receives 21,000 rand is not true. They showed us a pay slip where a level entry worker at Sibanye receives about 9,500 rand, not even. And this is why they're demanding for the 1,000 rand increase, because they feel as though they're deserving of the 1,000 rand increase to at least push their salary to over 10,000 rand. Workers, of course, are struggling. We know they have not been paid, but they are not giving up. They have told us time and time again that they will not back down, because they believe, workers believe, that Sibanye is in a position to pay the 1,000 rand salary increase that they are asking for. Of course, if you look at the opposite side of the story, Sibanye is saying that they are not in a financial position to pay over 850 rand. Workers in fact asked for 1,500 rand salary increase initially, and they met halfway with the employer to say we'll drop it down to 1,000 rand, but Sibanye is saying we can only increase it by 850 rand. If one recalls, it was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, mine workers went on strike at Sibanye for over 5 months. They did not stop until they got what they wanted. So we're getting the same kind of message and sentiment from workers this time around to say we want the 1,000 rand and we will not back down. So this conversation and this meeting between the government, Sibanye and union leaders is expected to be a heated one, because we know what unions want. We know Sibanye is not backing down and saying they're only going to give 850 rand. So the minister might be the person that brings in the peace and says, let's perhaps meet halfway, as this is quite a damning and damaging strike, rather, as this has been going on for almost 3 months.
No, it most certainly has been going on for far too long. It's actually 18 minutes past 10 now. It's an all-important meeting, and you're still not catching sight of any movement, particularly of union leaders perhaps making their way to that door.
No, I'm going to ask my colleague Mohammed to just show you. It's right through there. We opted not to go in there and do the live crossing because there is another conference happening. But we did see about 2 eNCA leaders walking in just a short while ago, and they are obviously going to be part of the discussion. We know that the minister is inside. We haven't seen any top leadership from eNCA or NUM at this stage. Perhaps they are inside, but we haven't caught any sight of them at this stage. When I did call one of the branch leaders from the Defontaine Sibanye operations, this was just around 9:30. They did tell us that they are indeed still on their way. So it will be interesting to see whether or not this meeting has started or if it's still going to take place. But I think people are still making their way here to the meeting.